Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing well in your life. I know life is not always easy. Some days you feel invisible. Some days people ignore you. Some days you wonder, why don't they respect me? Maybe they interrupt you when you speak. Maybe they treat your time like it's not important. Maybe they laugh when you're serious, or walk away when you're trying to open your heart. But let me tell you something real. Respect is not something you are given. It's something you build from the inside out. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be famous. You don't need 100 friends clapping for you. You need one thing: to become the kind of person who respects themselves so deeply, so consistently, so quietly, that the world has no choice but to respect you too. And today, I'm going to show you how. This video is not about tricks. It's not about faking confidence. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. This is about becoming strong, becoming grounded, becoming unshakable in your presence, your mind, and your actions. This will not only change how people treat you, it will also improve your English, word by word, lesson by lesson. Subscribe now, because your transformation starts here. Secret 1. Respect yourself. First, this is where everything begins. If you want the world to respect you, you have to stop disrespecting yourself first. Because people treat you based on the standard you set for yourself. If you allow yourself to be used, if you say yes to everything just to be liked, if you laugh at jokes that hurt your feelings, if you stay quiet when someone crosses your boundary, they won't respect you. Not because they're bad, but because you've shown them you don't respect your own voice. Respect begins with how you show up. For yourself. Imagine someone invites you to a party. You're tired. You need rest. You don't want to go. But you say yes anyway. You force a smile. You say what they want to hear. Now fast forward. They invite you again next week, at the last minute. They change plans on you. They make jokes about how you'll say yes no matter what. What happened? You trained them to believe that your time, your feelings, your peace don't matter. You didn't say it with words, but you said it with your actions. Now reverse the situation. Imagine you say, I'm grateful for the invite, but I'm going to rest tonight. I need that. You don't apologize. You don't over-explain. You're calm, kind, clear. Next time, they think twice before wasting your time. They realize your time is valuable because you treat it that way. This is what self-respect looks like in real life. You say no when something doesn't feel right, and you don't feel guilty. You walk away from conversations that drain your energy, and you don't explain. You don't chase people to stay. If they don't see your worth, you step back, silently, strongly, with love for yourself. And over time, people feel it. They feel that your presence is expensive. They feel that your peace is protected. They feel that your energy cannot be bought with approval, praise, or attention. And that's when respect begins to grow. Not because you demanded it, but because you became someone worth respecting. So today, if you feel that people don't value you, ask yourself one honest question. Where am I not valuing myself? Start there, and everything will begin to change. This is the first and most important secret. Before anyone else respects you, you must look in the mirror and say, with truth and strength, I matter. My time matters. My feelings matter. My voice matters. Not louder than others, but just enough so you never forget your own worth again. And when you live like that, the world will feel it without you saying a word. Secret 2. Relaxed body language. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately noticed someone? Not because they were loud, not because they were beautiful, but because of how calm and confident they looked? They didn't try to impress anyone. They didn't need to speak first. But something about them made everyone pay attention. That is the power of relaxed body language. Now let me tell you something powerful. Your body speaks before your words ever do. Before you say a single word, people already start judging. Are you confident or insecure? Are you calm or desperate? Are you a leader or a follower? And it's your body that answers, not your voice. Imagine two people in a job interview. One person sits straight, shoulders relaxed, breath steady, hands calmly resting, looking into the interviewer's eyes with quiet strength. The other keeps adjusting their clothes, tapping their foot, avoiding eye contact, nervously smiling, laughing too much. Who do you think gets respected? The first one, not because of what they said, but because their body said, I am grounded, I am enough, I don't need to chase your approval. That's what relaxed body language does. So, how do you practice this? Here are powerful techniques. 1. Posture. Stand and sit straight, but not stiff. Imagine a string pulling your head upward. Your chest should feel open, not closed. 2. Shoulders. Drop them down. Let go of tension. Tension makes you look anxious. Relaxed shoulders make you look calm and powerful. 3. Hands. Don't hide them. Don't fidget. Let your hands rest openly. Use slow, intentional gestures when you speak. 4. Face. Don't force a smile. Just soften your face. A neutral, calm expression is 10 times more powerful than a fake smile. 5. Breathing. Take slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. This calms your nervous system and shows control. 6. Eyes. Look directly at the person you're talking to. But don't stare aggressively. Blink naturally. Be present. Be still. Next time you enter a room, slow your steps. Take a deep breath. Say nothing for 10 seconds. Just observe. Let your body say, I'm not here to be liked. I'm here because I belong. Because the one who doesn't chase attracts. And when your body looks calm, confident, and grounded, people will feel your presence before you even speak. They won't know why they respect you, but they will. And that's the power of relaxed body language. Secret 3. Be non-reactive. People will test you. They'll say things to hurt you. They'll challenge you. They'll ignore you, interrupt you, try to dominate you, or pull you into drama. And the moment you react, you lose power. But the moment you stay calm, you gain respect. This is what it means to be non-reactive. You don't get pulled by their emotions. You don't get controlled by their anger. You don't need to defend yourself. You remain still, grounded, calm. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone criticizes your work in front of others. Most people would get defensive, raise their voice, argue, try to explain everything, or even shut down completely. But a non-reactive person looks at them calmly and says, I understand your view. That's it. They don't fight. They don't try to be right. They don't break their peace for someone else's ego. That's when everyone else in the room says, whoa, this person is powerful. Because reacting is easy. Anyone can scream, cry, complain, or attack. But staying still under pressure, that takes emotional strength. It tells the world, I don't need to prove anything. I control myself, not you. This doesn't mean you stay silent forever. Being non-reactive doesn't mean being weak. It means choosing your response, instead of being controlled by emotion. If you need to speak, speak, but do it from calm power, not panic. Here's how you practice it. 1. Pause before reacting. When someone triggers you, don't speak immediately. Breathe. Let the emotion pass. 2. Detach your ego. Not everything is personal. Some people attack you because they're hurting. Don't let their wound become your fire. 3. Practice silence. When someone is trying to create drama, sometimes the best response is no response. 4. Mirror their calmness. If someone is calm, you stay calm. If someone is loud, you stay calm. That makes you the leader. The less you react, the more you control. You control the room. You control the energy. You control the outcome. People respect those who cannot be easily shaken. They trust you more. They listen to you more. They follow your lead. So next time someone tries to pull you into their storm, you stay still in your peace. Because real power doesn't yell, it whispers. And people lean in to hear it. Secret 4. Always keep your word. Let me tell you something that can either build you or destroy you, faster than anything else. It's not your clothes. It's not your car. It's not your background. It's not even your talent. It's your word. Your word is your identity. If you say something and you do it, you become someone people trust. And when people trust you, they respect you, even behind your back. But if you say something and you don't follow through, even once, people will doubt you forever. Imagine 2 friends. Both of them say, "I'll be there at 5 p.m. Friend A shows up at 5:10, every time. Friend B shows up at 4:55, every time. Friend A always has an excuse. Traffic. Forgot. Just 10 minutes late, bro. Friend B never explains. He just shows up. On time. Every time. Now imagine you have to choose someone to work with, to lead a project, to represent your company, to protect your secret. Who would you choose? The one who keeps their word. Why? Because they're reliable, consistent, disciplined. And that's what respect is made of. Keeping your word is not about being perfect. It's about being honest and committed. When you say, "I'll call you," call. "I'll do it tomorrow," do it. "I'll never lie to you," never lie. "I'm on my way." Actually, be on your way. If you can't keep your word, don't give it. Say no instead of giving a fake yes. Say not now instead of making a promise you can't keep. Because people remember, they're watching. They may not say anything, but they're always noticing. And every time you do what you say, you add another brick to the wall of respect that surrounds you. People start listening to you more. Your voice becomes stronger. Your presence becomes trusted. And most importantly, you respect yourself more. You feel proud when you follow through. You build confidence. You grow discipline. Because you don't just try to do things. You become a finisher. So from today, treat your word like gold. Never give it cheaply. Never break it casually. Because once broken, it's hard to repair. But when protected, it makes you untouchable. Secret 5. Master eye contact and silence. Most people think power is loud. They think confidence means talking fast. They think you have to dominate conversations to earn respect. But the opposite is true. The real power? It's in your eyes and in your silence. You don't need to say much to be heard. You just need to be deeply present. And nothing communicates presence more than eye contact. Think about it. When someone avoids your eyes, you feel they're hiding something. When someone can't hold your gaze, you feel they're unsure. When someone keeps looking around, you feel like they're not with you. But when someone looks directly into your eyes, calm, unblinking, focused, you feel something powerful. They don't need to shout. They don't need to explain. They don't need to convince, because their presence speaks louder than their words. Now combine that with silence, and you become unforgettable. For example, you're in a meeting. Someone is trying to show off, talking over everyone, loud, dramatic. You stay calm. You don't interrupt. You look at them steadily, without reacting. You say one sentence, slowly, clearly, with a calm voice, then silence. Suddenly, the energy shifts. Why? Because you didn't fight for attention. You commanded it. With your energy. That's the secret. Now here's how to practice eye contact and silence the right way. 1. When you speak, look into their eyes. Not in a creepy or aggressive way. Just direct, soft, and steady. If it's hard, look at the space between their eyes or their eyebrow area. 2. When they speak, don't break eye contact too quickly. Stay present. Nod slightly to show you're listening. Let them feel your attention. 3. Use pauses. Don't rush your words. Silence between your sentences creates power. It shows you're in control. It gives your words weight. 4. Don't be afraid of silence in tension. If someone challenges you, don't fill the silence with nervous energy. Just look at them calmly. Breathe. Hold your ground. Let the silence work for you. Here's what people feel when you do this right. This person is confident. This person is not afraid. This person sees me. This person has presence. You become unforgettable, not because of how loud you are, but because of how still and real you are. So from today, stop trying to impress people with more words. Start practicing fewer words, stronger presence. Let your eyes do the talking. Let your silence carry your message. Let your calm energy fill the room. Because that's what real respect is made of. Secret 6. Don't try to convince people. If there's one thing that instantly makes people lose respect for you, it's trying too hard to prove yourself, trying to explain everything, trying to make them believe in you, trying to be liked, trying to win arguments, trying to make them see your value. When you try too hard to convince others, you lose energy, and they lose interest, because people don't respect desperation. They respect certainty. When you try to convince someone, you talk too much. You explain too much. You argue too long. You try to change their mind like your worth depends on it. But when you truly respect yourself, you understand this. Not everyone needs to agree with you. Not everyone needs to understand you. Not everyone deserves your truth. Imagine someone tells you, your dream is impossible. Now most people will say, no, I can do it, I swear. Let me show you my plan. You don't believe in me? Why? But a powerful person, someone who respects themselves, simply says, watch me. No argument, no convincing, no begging for belief. Because when you believe in yourself, you don't need others to clap. You just keep walking. Convincing people often comes from insecurity. But when you know your value, you realize this. You don't need everyone to support you. You don't need to win every debate. You don't need to explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. 1. Speak with calm conviction. Say what you believe clearly and confidently. Don't rush. Don't overtalk. Say it once. Let it land. 2. Don't chase approval. If someone doesn't like you, accept it. If they don't support your dream, move on. If they misunderstand you, stay calm. You're not on earth to be understood by everyone. 3. Let your results speak. Instead of saying, "I'm going to be successful," show up every day and build something. Let your work become your proof. 4. Disagree respectfully. You don't need to be rude. Just say, "I see it differently," and let it go. 5. Protect your peace. Not every conversation needs to end with agreement. Sometimes silence is stronger than 1,000 explanations. Those who truly respect you don't need to be convinced, and those who don't respect you, convincing them won't help. So from today, stop explaining. Stop defending. Stop proving your worth. Just do your work. Protect your energy. Walk your path with quiet strength. And one day, the same people who doubted you will say, "I wish I had listened." Secret 7. Walk away without explanation. This secret is quiet, but it's one of the most powerful ways to earn deep respect. The ability to walk away without anger, without noise, without drama, is pure self-respect. It shows you have boundaries, strength, clarity, and inner peace. But most people don't do this. When they're disrespected, they argue. When they're ignored, they beg. When they're hurt, they try to explain. When someone pulls away, they chase harder. But here's the truth that changed my life. When you walk away from something that doesn't value you, you walk towards something that will. And when you do it quietly, without shouting, without begging, without trying to be understood, people feel your strength more than if you had screamed. Imagine there's a friend who always talks about themselves. They never ask how you're doing. They don't support your goals. They only call you when they need something. You decide to talk to them. They dismiss your feelings. They say you're too sensitive. Now most people would argue. They would cry. They would write long messages. They would try to fix it. But the powerful choice? You simply stop replying. You stop showing up. You walk away without noise. You don't make a scene. You don't try to hurt them back. You just leave the table where love and respect are no longer being served. That's when people feel your power. Because walking away without explanation says, "I don't chase love. I don't need to be begged to be treated well. I know my value. And I don't stay where I'm not respected." Now, this is not just about people. This applies to jobs, to conversations, to relationships, to social media arguments, to toxic habits, to anything that steals your peace. 1. Notice how things make you feel. If a space makes you feel small, it's not your space. If a person drains you, they're not your person. 2. Don't explain to people who don't care to understand. You don't owe them a presentation. You owe yourself protection. 3. Keep your exit quiet. No dramatic goodbye. No need to announce your departure. Just leave. The silence will speak louder than words. 4. Trust that walking away opens new doors. You're not losing something. You're creating space for something better. 5. Focus on your peace. Every time you leave something toxic, your mind becomes clearer. Your heart becomes lighter. And your future becomes brighter. You don't need closure. You need peace. And sometimes peace comes from walking away, without looking back. When you live like this, people begin to respect you on a whole new level. Because they realize you don't beg, you don't chase, you don't break down for attention. You simply walk, with power, with grace, and with complete trust in yourself. That is unforgettable. Secret 8. Speak less, watch more. Most people try to impress others by speaking more. More words, more opinions, more stories. They think, if I talk more, they'll like me. They'll respect me. But the opposite is true. The more you talk, the more likely you are to reveal your weaknesses, expose your insecurities, say something you'll regret, lower your value. But when you speak less and observe more, you rise above. Imagine you're in a group conversation. One person dominates the discussion, talks constantly, interrupts others, tries to look like the smartest person in the room. Another person, quiet, calm, focused. They listen. They nod. They ask powerful questions. They only speak when they have something meaningful to say. Guess who gets more respect? The quiet one, the watcher, the thinker. Because that person doesn't speak to get attention. They speak to offer value. In fact, some of the most powerful people in the world speak the least. Why? Because their silence creates mystery. Their words carry weight, and their attention feels like a gift. Listening is more powerful than talking. When you listen, you understand people better. You read the room. You catch lies and truths. You learn faster. You gain trust. And when you finally speak, your words hit harder. In a team meeting, everyone is arguing about a decision. Voices are rising. People are competing. One man stays quiet for 10 minutes. He listens, observes, takes notes. Then he raises his hand, speaks one sentence, and everyone goes silent. Why? Because he watched. He waited. And when he spoke, it came from wisdom, not reaction. That's the power of speaking less and watching more. 1. Slow down your speech. You don't have to rush your sentences. Breathe between thoughts. Think before you speak. 2. Pause before responding. A 2-second pause can give you time to respond with calm instead of emotion. 3. Ask more questions. Instead of talking about yourself, ask others about their thoughts. People respect those who truly listen. 4. Avoid filling silence with noise. Silence is not awkward. It's powerful. Let it be. 5. Make every word count. Speak when your words bring value, clarity, or truth, not just to fill the air. People will begin to notice something about you. You don't talk too much. You think before you speak. You listen deeply. You see things others miss. And slowly, your words will become rare and respected. Because in a world full of noise, the quiet one with clarity becomes the leader. Secret 9. Set boundaries without apologizing. This is where most people struggle and lose all their self-respect. They allow others to interrupt them constantly, talk down to them, take their time for granted, touch their phone, their stuff, their emotions, push past their limits, all while they stay silent. Why? Because they're afraid of conflict. They don't want to upset others. They think being nice means saying yes to everything. You can be kind and still have boundaries. You can be loving and still say no. You can be humble and still protect your peace. Setting boundaries is not rude. It's the ultimate form of self-respect. When you say, I don't allow that. I need space. I won't continue this conversation if it turns disrespectful. You're not hurting others. You're honoring yourself. People who get angry at your boundaries are the ones who were benefiting from you having none. Imagine your coworker always dumps their work on you. They say, hey, can you just help me with this real quick? Every day, every week. You say yes, even when you're drowning in your own deadlines. One day you decide, I'm not going to do this anymore. Next time they ask, you say, "I can't help you this time. I'm fully focused on my own tasks." They act shocked. Maybe they get upset. But something powerful happens. They stop asking. They start respecting your space. And other people notice. Because now they see you as someone with boundaries, not someone who can be walked over. 1. Know your limits. What are you okay with? What drains you? What behaviors make you feel disrespected? Know it clearly. 2. Use simple, direct language. Don't over-explain. Don't apologize. Just state the boundary clearly. That doesn't work for me. I'm not comfortable with that. Let's reschedule. I need some time. 3. Say no with love, not guilt. You can say no kindly. You're not rejecting the person. You're respecting your own needs. 4. Be consistent. If you set a boundary once but break it next time, people won't take you seriously. Stick to your word. 5. Let go of people who don't honor your boundaries. You don't need to beg someone to treat you well. If they don't, distance yourself. Here's what happens when you master this. You feel lighter. You feel stronger. You gain respect without asking, and you become emotionally safe from others and from yourself. Boundaries are not walls to block people. They are doors to let in only the right ones. And when people know that you have lines they can't cross, they don't just respect your words. They respect your presence. Secret 10. Let your silence be louder than their opinions. This is not just a secret. It's a weapon, a shield, a path to ultimate self-respect. We live in a noisy world. Everyone has something to say about you. They will question your choices. They will laugh at your dreams. They will comment on your looks, your voice, your past, your pain, your progress. They will try to define you with their opinion, as if they know your soul better than you do. And if you try to fight every opinion, explain every move, prove every decision, you will drain your soul and still never win. The moment you need to be understood by everyone, you've already given away your power. But the moment you say nothing, the moment you stay focused, the moment you let your silence speak, you become untouchable. Imagine you're working silently on your goals. Every day you show up early. You read, you learn, you fail, you try again, you skip the parties, you stay off the drama, you disappear from the noise. People talk. They say, "He's weird now. She's too quiet lately. Why does he act better than us? She's not going to make it. Look at him, wasting time." Now most people would respond, "You don't know what I'm building. Just wait and watch. I'm trying my best, can't you see?" But not you. You say nothing. You keep working. You keep growing. You keep becoming stronger silently. And then one day, your results speak. You succeed. You transform. You rise. And now, the same people who doubted you, they fall silent because your success made more noise than their opinions ever could. This is the power of silence. Let me tell you the 3 forms of silence that make people respect you deeply. 1. Silence in conflict. When someone tries to drag you into a fight, insults you, mocks you, tries to trigger you, don't react, don't explain, don't argue, just stay calm. Let their energy bounce off your stillness. Because when you stay calm and fire, people know you're made of steel. 2. Silence in growth. You don't need to post everything you're doing. You don't need to show your plans. You don't need to prove you're working. Work in silence. Learn in silence. Evolve in silence. Let the results make the noise. Because people don't respect the loudest one in the room. They respect the one who shows up different one day and never looked back. 3. Silence in judgment. When people misunderstand you, judge you, doubt you, stay silent, because the one who needs to explain is often still insecure. But the one who is secure lets his life become the proof. You don't need to fight for respect. You just need to live in a way that commands it. Silence is misunderstood by the weak, but mastered by the powerful. And when you walk with silence, you walk with grace. You walk with depth. You walk with unshakable dignity. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them guess. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to become someone so focused, so strong, so disciplined, that they have no choice but to respect you, even if they never say it. Let me leave you with this. You don't have to scream for respect. You don't have to wear masks. You don't have to perform to be noticed. You just have to build yourself in silence until your presence makes noise without you saying a word. True respect doesn't come from being popular. It comes from being powerful in your peace. It's in the way you walk into a room and don't need to prove yourself. It's in the way you say no and mean it. It's in the way you sit quietly and still control the entire conversation with your calm energy. It's in the way you walk away when something no longer feels right. Without burning bridges, without begging, without noise. So here's your challenge. Stop begging for respect. Stop chasing validation. Stop over-explaining yourself. Start becoming the person who speaks less and sees more, stays calm when others lose control, protects their peace like a warrior, lives by discipline, not desperation, builds silently, grows daily, and walks away with quiet power. Because that version of you, that version gets respected without asking. And from today, I want you to choose that version, again and again, until it becomes who you are. You don't need to be loud to be respected. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need the world to clap for you. Just become the person who walks with calm confidence, speaks with purpose, protects their peace, and keeps their word, no matter what. Let others talk. Let others judge. You keep building, you keep becoming. Because one day, your silence will speak louder than their opinions, and your presence will walk into rooms before your voice ever does. That's when they'll respect you. Not because you demanded it, but because you became undeniable. So now, respect yourself. Train your mind. Stay quiet. And grow so powerful that the world can feel your energy before you even say a word. Your time begins now. If this video touched something deep inside you, if it made you think, if it reminded you of your power, subscribe right now, not just for content, but to remind yourself every day. You don't need permission to become powerful. You just need to start walking like it. And in the comments, write, I will no longer ask for respect. I will become someone who earns it silently. Because the moment you stop begging and start building is the moment the world starts watching. And that is when respect begins. Let your silence carry you from here.